Few names echo through the corridors of history quite like that of Caligula. A name synonymous with cruelty, madness, and debauchery, his reign over Rome remains one of the most perplexing and disturbing chapters in human history. In this exploration of a life shrouded in controversy, we embark on a journey to uncover the truth behind the legend. Join me as we delve into the depths of ancient Rome with the most disgusting Roman Emperor Caligula's reign of debauchery. Before the name Caligula instilled fear and loathing in the hearts of men, there was a young boy named Gaius Julius Caesar Germanicus. Born into the first family of Rome, his father Germanicus, a beloved general, and his mother Agrippina the Elder, a woman of formidable lineage, young Gaius seemed destined for greatness. Our story begins amidst the legions, where Gaius, a mere toddler, became the mascot of his father's troops, donning a miniature soldier's uniform complete with the miniature boots or caligae that would lend him his infamous nickname. It was a term of endearment then, a symbol of his father's popularity and the hope he represented. But fate, as it so often does, had a cruel twist in store. Germanicus, suspected of being poisoned at the behest of a jealous emperor Tiberius, died when Gaius was just 7 years old. The young boy, once the embodiment of hope, became a pawn in the deadly game of Roman politics. Forced to witness the systematic execution of his mother and brothers, Gaius learned early the brutal realities of power. He was taken in by his great-grandmother Livia, the formidable wife of Augustus, where he lived under a watchful and, some say, menacing eye. It was during these formative years, surrounded by whispers and intrigue, that the seeds of paranoia and distrust were sown. In 37 AD, at the age of 24, Caligula, having survived the treacherous court of Tiberius, ascended to the throne. The Roman people, weary of Tiberius's oppressive rule, rejoiced at the arrival of their young, charismatic emperor. He was seen as a breath of fresh air, a return to the golden age of Augustus. The early months of Caligula's reign were marked by acts of generosity and reform. He recalled those exiled by Tiberius, abolished unjust taxes, and staged lavish games and gladiatorial combats to the delight of the masses. For a brief, shining moment, it seemed as if Caligula would usher in a new era of prosperity and peace. Yet this period of promise proved tragically short-lived. A little over a year into his reign, Caligula fell deathly ill. The nature of his illness remains a mystery, debated by historians for centuries. Some whisper of poison, others of an unknown affliction, but the result was undeniable. When Caligula emerged from his sickbed, he was a changed man. The once charming and generous emperor transformed into a cruel and paranoid tyrant. He declared himself a living god, demanding to be worshipped as such. Statues of him were erected throughout the empire, and he is said to have even gone so far as to have the heads of other gods' statues replaced with his own. Gone was the reformer, replaced by a megalomaniac obsessed with his own divinity and power. He embarked on a series of extravagant building projects, including a bridge of boats spanning the Bay of Baiae, simply to prove he could walk on water. His excesses drained the Roman treasury, leading to crippling taxes and widespread resentment. The Roman Senate, once a respected institution, became an object of Caligula's scorn and cruelty. He humiliated senators publicly, forcing them to run alongside his chariot or to serve him at banquets dressed as slaves. His paranoia extended to his own family, executing his cousin and adopted son Tiberius Gemellus out of fear of being usurped. Behind the facade of godhood lurked a man consumed by fear and insecurity. His nights were plagued by nightmares, and he surrounded himself with a cadre of informants and executioners, always on guard against imagined plots against his life. The once vibrant young emperor had become a prisoner of his own madness. Chapter 3. A Carnival of Cruelty. The reign of Caligula became synonymous with cruelty and debauchery. Stories of his excesses spread like wildfire throughout the empire and beyond, becoming the stuff of legend. He is said to have indulged in incestuous relationships with his sisters and forced senators to watch as he engaged in orgies during lavish banquets. One particularly gruesome tale tells of Caligula's fascination with the spectacle of death. He is said to have ordered the construction of a special dining platform that extended over the arena floor, allowing him to dine while watching gladiators fight to the death below. It is said he took particular delight in prolonging the agony of the condemned, ordering them to be finished off slowly. savoring their screams and pleas for mercy. Animals, too, became victims of Caligula's twisted whims. He's said to have appointed his favorite horse, Incitatus, to the Roman Senate, even going so far as to order a lavish marble stable built for him, complete with ivory mangers and gold water troughs. Some historians believe this was a calculated insult to the Senate, a way of demonstrating his absolute power by elevating a beast to a position of authority. Whether driven by madness or a perverse sense of humor, Caligula's actions sent shockwaves through Roman society. The once stable empire, built on law and order, teetered on the brink of chaos. The people, once hopeful for a golden age, lived in fear of their emperor's unpredictable wrath. Chapter 4. The Web of Paranoia. As Caligula's reign progressed, his paranoia intensified, ensnaring not only his family but also his closest advisors. He became increasingly suspicious of those around him, seeing enemies and conspirators lurking in every shadow. His inner circle, once composed of trusted friends and confidants, transformed into a viper's nest of intrigue and self-preservation. One such figure was Macro, the Praetorian prefect, a powerful figure who commanded the emperor's personal bodyguard. Macro had played a pivotal role in Caligula's rise to power, but his loyalty was not absolute. As Caligula's behavior became increasingly erratic, Macro, fearing for his own safety, began to distance himself from the emperor. Another key player in this deadly game was Caligula's wife, Caesonia, a woman of great beauty and ambition. Caesonia exerted considerable influence over her husband. Some historians believe she encouraged Caligula's excesses, using her position to amass power and wealth. However, others argue that she was merely trying to survive in a court rife with danger and intrigue. As Caligula's paranoia spiraled out of control, so too did the body count. Executions became commonplace, with even minor offenses punishable by death. The once sacred streets of Rome ran red with the blood of those who had fallen out of favor with the emperor. The air was thick with fear, and whispers of rebellion began to circulate among the oppressed masses. Chapter 5. The Legacy of a Madman. In 41 AD, after just 4 short years of rule, Caligula's reign of terror came to an abrupt and violent end. While making his way through a tunnel beneath the Palatine Hill, he was ambushed and assassinated by a group of Praetorian guards, led by Cassius Chaerea, a man who had endured years of humiliation at the emperor's hands. The news of Caligula's death was met with mixed reactions throughout the empire. While some mourned the loss of their emperor, many more rejoiced at the demise of a tyrant. The Senate, eager to erase the stain of Caligula's reign, condemned his memory, ordering his statues to be destroyed and his name to be stricken from official records. Despite their efforts, Caligula's legacy proved impossible to erase. His name became synonymous with cruelty, madness, and excess, a cautionary tale whispered through the ages. The Roman historian Suetonius, in his infamous work, The 12 Caesars, painted a particularly damning portrait of Caligula, depicting him as a monster in human form. However, it is important to note that much of what we know about Caligula comes from biased sources written by those who opposed him. It is possible, even likely, that his excesses were exaggerated by his enemies, eager to discredit his memory and justify his assassination. Regardless of the truth, Caligula's reign left an indelible mark on the Roman psyche. His story serves as a reminder of the corrupting influence of absolute power and the fragility of even the most powerful empires. His name continues to fascinate and horrify us, a testament to the enduring power of his legend. Outro, a timeless tale. From the grandeur of Rome to the depths of human depravity, Caligula's story continues to captivate and disturb us centuries later. His reign, though brief, serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of power and the enduring consequences of unchecked ambition. If you found this exploration of Caligula's reign as fascinating as I did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more captivating journeys into the annals of history. Thank you for joining me on this journey through time. Until next time, keep exploring the mysteries of the past, for it is in understanding our history that we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves.